Hi, and welcome to the Milstrip Mike channel. Today I want to talk about a rifle that has earned, perhaps wrongfully, a bad reputation, mainly because while your grandfather fighting World War II was carrying the above one, the M1 Garand, he was coming across Japanese soldiers who had a Type 99 Arisaka, but there were the last-ditch late war efforts that had the buttstock nailed on and just overall cheaply made, cheap finish. So they kind of earned a bad reputation when you compare the two. But today I want to talk about what to look for when buying a Type 99 Arisaka and show you that it isn't really over and all a bad rifle. On the table I have 4 different Arisakas, 1 Type 38 and 3 Type 99s. I just put the Type 38 there as kind of the comparison, but I'm mainly going to talk about the Type 99 today. The Type 38 shot a 6.5mm cartridge, and since all the other armies around the world were shooting 30 caliber, 32 caliber cartridges, you know, your Mauser, your Enfields, your Nagants, your Garands and Springfields all shot 30 caliber or above. The Japanese decided to go with a 7.7mm caliber rifle, but the Type 38 didn't totally lose its usefulness, as when you got into the jungle, a lot of sharpshooters actually liked the lighter cartridge because it had less muzzle flash. Now I'm going to talk about some of the Type 99s. The second rifle from the top, that's an early Type 99. The middle one is a transitional, and the bottom one's the last ditch. I want to show you the difference between the three, and I also want to show you what to kind of look for when buying an Arisaka. I'll start with the best one first, the early Type 99 Arisaka. This one has the dust cover on it, the airplane sights, what they call the airplane sights on it. This one also has a monopod on it. And of course, earlier Arisakas had a screwed on metal butt plate. Other features include, you can kind of see that the checkering here, which when I show you the last ditch, you'll see what I mean. Also, one thing that you always ask for when looking on an Arisaka is to look for the chrysanthemum, whether it's either there, defaced, or totally ground off. The chrysanthemum was the symbol that it was the emperor's property. When they surrendered the rifle, like if a Japanese soldier surrendered a rifle quickly to an American soldier, a lot of times they would deface the mum, and then after the war, MacArthur, before any American took the rifle home, they actually ground the mum off. So I believe on my transitional right here, you can see that the mum has been totally ground off. Since most of their broombacks were of this variety, most of them have the mum completely ground off, whereas the ones with the chrysanthemum on are actually the most rare. It actually probably adds about a quarter the value to the rifle. As with any nation's arsenals, rifles tend to get steps kind of got cut, like milled receivers would get made as stamped receivers, but on the Japanese rifles, you can really see the difference. On the transitional rifle, you still would have a sight, but it kind of would go to a peephole, and you lost the airplane sights. But actually, this one still, well, remember the checkered thing on that one? The checkering's been gone on that one, so you can see that some of the fit and finish have definitely left on the transitional. And of course, the infamous last ditch rifles, just right there. You can see, it's like welded or soldered there. This one actually does have the chrysanthemum on it, so that does help its value a little bit. And of course, the thing that scared a lot of our GIs was the nailed-on butt plate, the nailed-on wooden butt plate. So the quality on these vary greatly. I would have no problem taking an early Arisaka out and shooting it, but if you get a last ditch one, it may be a good shooter, but I would highly recommend setting it down or putting it in a vise and testing it with the string. I used to work with an old World War II vet. He was in the cleanup army on Iwo Jima, and he was in the he was in the occupation army of Japan, and he was telling me a story about that he would test these rifles, and he put it in a vise, and pull the trigger with the string, to make sure it wouldn't blow your face off. And he said that, a fellow serviceman kind of made fun of him for doing that. And he's like, well, better safe than sorry. And he said that, this guy, he would, he pulled up, shouldered it, and fired it. And about 2 weeks later, this guy was in the hospital because the rifle backfired on him. So, like I said, you might want to be careful when shooting these. You definitely want to test them first before you shoulder it and fire it. The top two I've fired. I would have no problem taking them out firing. The bottom one I have not fired. The last ditch one, just because of that. So again, the main things to look for: the airplane sight. Look for a chrysanthemum, whether it's been ground off, defaced, or it's still there. And then of course the butt plate is a dead giveaway, whether it's metal or nailed on. I hope this has helped you. If you're searching for an Arisaka or you come across one, I hope this helps you out a little bit. Like I said, they're a good rifle. They've kind of got a bad reputation. Definitely nowhere near the quality of the Grand, but they still, as many American GIs unfortunately found out, serve their purpose. Thank you for watching and have a good day.